O people, come to the way, O most honored one and most glorified one, Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
Assalamu alaikum, welcome to Divine Love HUB-E-RASUL, a new Islamic TV series in which we explore topics related to spirituality, traditional Islam, meditation, secrets of the heart, secrets of the Holy Qur'an, and the teachings from the life of Sayyidina Muhammad, a symbol of our way and our path, the exemplar of faith, love, patience and good manners. We invite you to join us on the most extraordinary journey. As-salamu alaykum. Alhamdulillah, reminder for always myself and Mawlana Shaykh that this nafs and our reality is broken by four. There are four enemies that are partitioning the reality of the soul in which Allah wanted for us. And these are the days in which to reflect and to understand that reality, and they extract these realities for their students. The turuqs and the reality of the turuq, when Allah says they feed you from their sustenance, means that they feed you from their knowledges. And the knowledges of our beloved shuyukh, they are a food for the soul. That if you attend a majlis that has no knowledge, it's like an association with no food. It's a big secret, because we know that the secret is within the food. Whether it's the physical food, that you don't want to go to an association and there's no physical food, so always Mawlana Shaykh said, serve food. But also by example, that the association that void of knowledge, then it has its own sign, that there has to be a knowledge there. That knowledge there is feeding the souls of people. Based on how deep they can go into realities is like the coming out and feeding the students from those realities. Those students are attracted to those knowledges, dressed by those realities, blessed by those realities. And their knowledges are different than book knowledge, schools or scholars who read a book and they write for you a complete of what they read, that they have to take you into a practical understanding that how that reality can become a haqqaiq and a reality for you. It's not just I read a book and I repeated what I read, but how is it going to be implemented in your life and on your daily existence on this earth, and how are you going to rushd and to be developed by that. One such understanding is the understanding of our soul, how it has been blocked and partitioned, because nothing can come against the soul but like four blocks upon it, from the dunya and all the dunya desires, the hawa and all of the physical pleasures, the nafs and all the desires of the nafs, and the allurement of shaitan, and how shaitan is playing with the body. Means that these four realities are blocking the soul. And from awliyaullah, when they extracted realities from Holy Qur'an, that when Sayyidina Ibrahim was asking from Allah, Ya Rabbi, how do you revive the dead? And this is Khalilullah, the dearness and nearness of Allah asking, Ya Rabbi, how do you revive the dead? And Allah asked, is it that you don't believe that you're asking such a thing? No, Ya Rabbi, I believe but I want yaqeen, I want a certainty. And Allah gave an example to Sayyidina Ibrahim that take that bird and quarter it into four sections and put a section on each corner, and when I give you permission, call that bird back to your presence. And immediately Sayyidina Ibrahim put the four pieces of the bird and called the bird to his presence, and that bird came to life and flew into his presence. What awliyaullah understood from that reality is that Allah from malakut and from timeless realities doesn't care for the bird. But that bird is symbolic of the soul of the believer, that the soul of the believer is blocked from what Allah wants for it, wants that soul to fly. I mean it's coming from malakut and coming from the heavens and is encaged in the physical world and is oppressed in the physical world. That which Allah dressed and blessed is being oppressed in dunya. And that which is the worst means the physical form, and the physicality has to do with shaitan. And Satan's rule on this earth is running the body. So means this angers Allah. That of mine that is yours from paradise is trapped within that satanic being and all the satanic desires. So the seeker's whole path is to destroy the physicality and the grip that the physicality has upon the ruhaniyat and the spirituality of insan.
HUB-E-RASUL Canada was created to spread love, harmony, compassion and spirituality, the true teachings of traditional Islam. We organise monthly events across Western Canada as well as the annual Grand Milad. To learn more, please tune in to our weekly television show Divine Love, broadcasting nationwide on Joy TV, or visit us online at HUB-E-RASUL.net.
So they took from that understanding that yes, that we are blocked into four and we are not able to fly because that block that shaitan is putting upon us. Means then the servant has to be understanding the hubb-ad-dunya and the love of the material world, which is now at its greatest peak. That everything is based on the love of the material world. From the material world is the love of pleasurely desires, everything that makes the physicality to be happy. From every contentment, from every pleasure, from every leisure that we're giving to the physicality is blocking the soul from its reality. So it means imagine then this soul like a light, and as soon as the dunya desire it begins to move and blocking that reality. So then all of the turuqs and all of the way of haqqaiq is how to lower the material desire. And how to lower the material desire by the zikr and the attendance of zikr and the different awrads and the practices that are being given. Most powerful in these times is Dalail Khairat. The Dalail Khairat is going to destroy the dunya desire and begin to destroy all the hawa within the person. When they are faced with desires that they can't control, being anger and sexual lust. Those can only be controlled by salawat on Prophet. Means that the attendance in the zikr has a tremendous cleansing. That's why it's so difficult to attend the majlis of zikr. It's not an easy association to attend. Those who are attending and able to watch via internet, via associations, being in the actual attendance of the zikr is a tremendous ni'mat from Allah, is a tremendous gift from Allah. Because He's allowing you to attend and to be clean, which is the biggest cleaning against the dunya desire of the body. Is like swords from paradise, because they describes these are the halakas of paradise which they are addressed by the angels of paradise. As soon as the zikr starts, the angels begin to attend the association with swords of light, and they begin to spin the swords of light and begin to clean out insan. What insan doesn't understand is that he's a physical being like a bus. That we are a physical being like a bus, that everywhere we go we are picking up passengers that we wanted to pick up but mostly whom we didn't want to pick up. Because if you don't have the ability to push your energy and control your energy and control what's coming on to this bus, then you must know that you're very daif, you're very weak. That if you overestimate your strength, you've already lost the battle. That my dunya desires and everything that coming into me, all these beings and energies are jumping into me and overtaking me. If enough of them jump into the being, they begin to alter the energy of the person. So if we don't understand that we're an energy creation, then we fall into difficulty. Because you pick enough, all these beings begin to come inside the person. If you've ever seen a schizophrenic person, that's your example. Schizophrenia means they have completely overtaken the body and overtaken the mind, and they begin to talk to you. 20 different people inside that person will begin to talk to you, means the passengers have overtaken the bus driver. They're now in control, yelling and screaming.
Fatima Zahra Helping Hand is a non-profit organization with the goal of helping underprivileged communities in Canada. We have currently distributed thousands of pounds of meat from Korban, hundreds of loaves of bread, and many other essential food items. Please visit our website nurmuhammad.com to make a donation today.
You must know that the Shaykh knows you better than you know yourself. His Shaykh knows all the atomic realities of everything that Allah has given. But if you're in their presence, your file has been given to them, they know you better than you know yourself. Every imtihan that comes into the center, either the center or via internet, wherever you're watching, wherever you're looking, your file has been transferred for them. You have no permission to watch them unless you're under their nazar. Everything, Allah says, everything is in a hisab perfectly accounted for. There's no randomness with Allah, absolutely no randomness, especially for His ibad, for ibadur Rahman, for the servants they are working for Allah. Means that if you see them, they see you. If you see them, your file is with them. If your file is with them, means that everything in your life is going to be an imtihan and a test to reach these realities. They want to take away these 4 partitions so that your soul can reach its perfection and begin to fly the way Allah wants it to fly. When they make their nazar and make their tafakkur, their soul is free. So it means that the dunya desire is the strongest right now. It's constantly under bombardment from shaitan and all the television and every type of desire. So then the biggest fight against that desire, majlis of zikr, majlis of praising upon Prophet, the awrad and the zikr and the wazifas that you're doing, that you praise Prophet as much as possible so that you be under the nazar of Prophet. And that every test is coming is for you, exclusively for you, not for somebody else, for myself. That I am understanding everything coming, Allah wants me to understand. That if I have a character in which I'm critical of everything, they want that to be under control. Don't be critical of anything, don't make judgment upon anything. This is a big shirk with Allah. Allah is the best of planners. Means every imperfection of our character will come through those associations. He knows best who's arrogant, who has pride, who has inability to listen, who has inability to submit, who has judgment and making association with Allah, constantly second thinking and thinking they know best when they don't even know themselves and they don't know their names in Divine the Presence. How can we be anything when we don't have even any basic information? That comes against the dunya desire. Then they come into the hawa of the person and they say that everything that you're putting upon yourself, that this pleasurely desires have to be brought down. And that's why then they encourage the difficulty upon oneself, that implement difficulty upon yourself, be uncomfortable at times, sleep in an uncomfortable position at times, constantly struggle against yourself so that you can break the bars that are encaging that soul. And that's why in all of our culture we always had a bird within a cage. And in 50, 60 years ago every bazaar had a bird within a cage. It was symbolic that that bird is your soul and it's singing so beautifully and it wants to be free. But this cage and the bars are so tight and so strong, that bird will never be free and dies a prisoner within that body. And the turuqs come to teach, no, with their teachings, with implementing their teachings, those bars will become thin, weakened and begin to move, so that bird is free to fly where Allah wants it to fly, to drink from Allah's oceans of rahmah, to see from Allah's oceans of rahmah, to be dressed from those blessings and then come back into the body with all of its knowledges and all of its realities.
Eastern cultures use teas and herbs as an elixir of health and wellness. Rumi rose teas revives this ancient tradition with a collection of over 40 delicious hand-blended teas. Enjoy God-given health and wellness within every cup of Rumi rose tea. Order online now.
So they begin to teach, be hard upon yourself, sit into positions that are not comfortable for yourself. Don't try to live a life of ease, because that life of ease is again going to go into the soul and block everything. That's why when Ramadan comes and people say, oh I get a headache by 8 o'clock. But that's good, because you don't get a headache any other time. These times are difficult, and when we live a life with everything is resolved by Tylenol and Advil, we actually experience no difficulty anymore. That difficulty and that hardship makes us to realize we are alive, we are very much alive, and a little bit of struggling in Allah's way goes a long way in Divinely Presence. So that struggle is important for us, those difficulties and hardships are important for us, that destroys the hawa. Then the nafs, and the understanding that the nafs is the big shareek with Allah, that everything of the turuqs is based on destroying the nafs. And that nafs, if you don't destroy it, that is the one that becomes shareek with Allah, not the soul. The soul never goes near that, and there's no way to be a partner with Allah. But the nafs, it wants to be a partner, it becomes the partner with shaitan to plan against Ar-Rahman. Means everything it does will come against Allah and come against what Allah wants. Means that's when you take your path serious, and every thought that coming to you begin to think, why do I want to fast? It's not for your soul, it's because your nafs wants to be in charge of your body. If you give enough for your nafs, it's going to come against Allah. Why don't want to give? Why don't want to pray? Why don't want to participate? It's not the soul, it's not the soul. The soul wants to be crushed. The soul wants that destroy everything so that we be free with Allah. So anything that's complaining and any voice that coming to you by complaint is the nafs. And if you become aware and conscious that, why am I complaining now? That is my nafs. I can only find fault in everybody, but I find no fault in myself. Oh, this is a big zalim, this is like a pharaoh that you can, mashallah, your eyes so strong that you can see problems of everybody, but you can't see any problems in your own. This is the worst of character. My kids can have that character. That's not a rijal, that's not somebody who's developed in Allah's way. The one who developed in Allah's way inherits from Prophet. The Prophet said, if you find your brother, find 70 excuses for him. Don't say something bad about your brother.
HUB-E-RASUL Canada was created to spread love, harmony, compassion and spirituality, the true teachings of traditional Islam. We organize monthly events across Western Canada as well as the annual Grand Milad. To learn more, please tune in to our weekly television show Divine Love, broadcasting nationwide on Joy TV, or visit us online at HUB-E-RASUL.net.
Means the perfection of character of Prophet was describing what Rijalullah should be like. Rijalullah, if they go and they find everything to be horrible, they don't speak a word about it. They say, Ya Rabbi, there must be something good. They're all much better than I am, and that I'm seeing an imperfection that is within me, not within them. Means that never to find something wrong with Allah's creation. Allah created that creation. The good character and the good adab that Prophet wants is inherent from my hadith, inherent from my way. They find 70 excuses to excuse them, because maybe you're misunderstanding something, and don't get into judging Allah's creation. And that is the way. Now who can achieve that? Very few. But that is our understanding that Ya Rabbi, let me to come against my nafs and all my bad characteristics, that if I don't know myself, how is it that I could know anybody else? And I'm with myself all the time and I don't know myself. What are your 7 names? You have a name in each paradise, what are they? You don't know your name. If you don't know your name, how you could comment on other people? And this one's good, this one's bad, this amal is this, you don't know any of your names. If you don't know your names, you don't know yourself. If you don't know yourself, there's no way that you know your Lord. Again another hadith from Prophet who knows himself knows his Lord. So if you don't know yourself, you don't know your Lord. Lordship means you don't know your Rabb, you don't know what governs you, what is manipulating you, what is oppressing you. There's no way, if you don't know that, how you're going to know Allah Most High. So the way is based on destroying the nafs. Every time I hear something, you meditate and contemplate, why is it like that? I'm going to come against that. Why am I making bad whisperings? I'm going to come against that. Why am I having not clean desires in an association of zikr? I'm going to come against that. Why am I wanting something when I come into the circle of zikr instead of only wanting Allah and His Rasul? If coming into the association and whispering and gossiping and thinking somebody's whispering about me, somebody's thinking about me, no, shaitan is playing with you. Only one you have to focus on is yourself and why you're not reaching your reality. That is the big struggle. If the dunya can be fought, if the hawa can be fought and the understanding of the nafs to be fought and asking for the madad and the support of awliyaullah, then the fight against shaitan can begin. At that time only then that fight begins to pursue shaitan until the point where Allah says, that servant is mukhlis and you have no reach onto them. When shaitan said, I want to attack your servants from in front of them, to the right of them, to the left of them, behind them, above them and below them, Allah says, attack who you want except my mukhlis. My mukhlis you have no reach upon them. Means only at that time when Allah sees that the battle is good against the self, that servant is coming against their dunya desire, coming against their hawa, coming against their nafs, then Allah grant them a support to come against shaitan and the shaitan's hand not to reach and not to touch upon them. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifoon والسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين بحرمة محمد المصطفى وبسر سورة الفاتحة.